What is up, you guys? Welcome to The Collective. My name is Furman, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the state of gaming. Where we are today, where we were in the past, and where we're going towards in the future. But before we get started, guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share this video, and definitely do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. Alright guys, so usually when I make my videos, I like to be more open-handed, you know, I don't really like to be so rigid, you know, especially because I'm starting off. But you know, there is some times where I feel like I need to write down what I'm gonna say, like I did today. Just because I don't want to forget anything, and I want to make sure to get it exactly like how I was thinking about it. So without any further ado, let's get into this. Alright, the state of gaming today. In order to fully understand this story, you would have either had to grow up in the 90s, like I did, or known somebody that lived through it. Or, you know, there's the off chance that you're just a huge retro gamer for some reason. You know, it does happen. It's pretty rare, but it does happen. So last week, I was doing what most of you guys are doing right now, which is literally on YouTube, watching YouTube videos. And that's when it happened. I stumbled upon a channel called My Retro Life.
Oh my god! Wow!
And in this channel, the first video I saw was titled, A Visit to GameStop and FuncoLand in the year 2000. Now you'd imagine my surprise. I mean, you know, FuncoLand, I haven't heard that name in so long. So, you know, instantly I was hooked. I had to watch it. But since then, I've probably watched the video about 5 times already. It's crazy. It was literally like stepping into a portal and transporting myself back to the 90s and early 2000s. I mean, just to mention a few things, it was amazing being able to see promotional artwork in a store for games like Legend of Dragoon, Final Fantasy IX.
The cream of the crop!
And let's not even bring up the fact that they had stacks upon stacks of Dreamcast games. They had Game Boy Colors in their boxes. They had Game Boy Color games and PlayStation games galore. I mean, heck, he even showed a binder they had where they were taking pre-orders for the PS2 and the launch titles it was gonna come with. How insane is that? So after watching this video, I was filled with nostalgia, as most people that grew up in the 90s would be. But here's the problem. I wasn't just feeling nostalgia. It made me feel a little bit sad. But honestly, it was more than just sadness. It was almost like dread.
I don't know what to do.
See, now you have to understand that going into game stores like FuncoLand or GameStop or even Microplay in the early 2000s was literally our version, or it was just as magical as going into Disneyland or Disney World or Universal Studios. It literally felt like that. It had that magic. And I'm sure that most of you guys can agree when it comes to that sentiment. I mean, I still remember to this day going into these stores and thinking, oh my god, I wish I could take half of these games home. They all look so cool. But that's kind of my point, is game stores, they're kind of starting to, well, scratch that. They've been feeling like decrepit, money-hungry places where they're more concerned and more worried about stealing your last dollar than providing a place for kids and adults alike to create magical memories like what we had in the past. And honestly, you're not gonna catch me blaming the workers. I mean, I'm not gonna blame the workers. I blame the corporations, I blame the CEOs, the bosses, because they make it almost a fireable offense, if not a fireable offense at most times, if you don't follow suit. And yes, this has happened. There's plenty of YouTube videos that cover this stuff, like Camelot, where they literally talk about you trying to stifle customers and just trying to steal their last dollar in order to just make a quick dollar, in order to just get that last little squeeze of orange juice that you can get out of them. But I digress. I mean, honestly, one of my favorite memories that I have, and I still remember to this day.
To this day! To this day! You just...
To this day, I still remember this memory. When my parents took me to FuncoLand after I graduated from 5th grade. They told me that if I graduate from 5th grade, I get good grades, they're gonna take me to Funcoland and they're basically gonna let me pick out whatever I want. And that's what happened. I did it. I got my grades, I graduated, and they took me. And literally, I went in there and I already knew what I wanted. I already knew that I wanted a green Game Boy Color, or Kiwi Green, or was it Kiwi Green Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red. And yes, I know I'm kind of a simp when it comes to that, because I did see one of my friends already have that combo, and that's why I saw the green with the red just really matches really well. So yeah, I just had to have that. You know, now that I think about it, I also remember about another story where literally magic happened. And I can't believe I forgot to mention Toys R Us. Literally. So I don't know if you guys know, but I live in Anchorage, Alaska. And in Alaska, we get a PFD, or a dividend, for living up here. And this one time, you know, like I woke up, we had just gotten the PFD. I made sure to like make the most amazing breakfast I could as a kid. I think I was like 12 maybe. I made the most amazing breakfast I could for my mom, and I asked her, I said, hey look, we had gotten this magazine in from Toys R Us in the mail, and I saw that they were having a combo deal for a GameCube, a silver Nintendo GameCube, and I really wanted to get it. So I made her breakfast, you know, rubbed her back a little bit, you know what I mean? Did everything I had to do. Somehow I managed to convince her, and she said, yeah, you know what, let's go. So we went to Toys R Us, and she bought me that bundle. And it came with the GameCube, it came with 2 silver controllers, it came with a backpack, which is pretty much a carrying case, and it came with like 2 or 3 games. And that was amazing. That was unbelievable. I mean, being able to play those games on the GameCube, and you guys already know I love the GameCube. The GameCube is literally one of the best made consoles ever. And let's not even talk about that library right now. But getting back to it, here's the problem as I see it. Where we are now and how far we've come as far as gaming goes is truly unprecedented. You cannot deny that. I mean, we have games like Horizon Forbidden West and Gran Turismo 7, Elden Ring, games that just came out and they look absolutely, I mean, the graphics are just top notch. And yes, you know, we know that they're not perfect games, but for the most part they do look amazing. You can't deny that. And also at the same time, we also have services like Xbox Game Pass, where you don't even have to buy games anymore. You just pay a monthly fee and you have all of those games, and you can play online, and you also get free games all the time, not just on Game Pass, you know, with Game Pass Gold. That's what I subscribe to, Game Pass Ultimate. So yeah, there's like so many things that you get right now. It has never been more convenient to be a gamer. But at the same time, I'm worried that we're losing a big part of what it means to be a gamer, which is that local in-store physical aspect to it. Now, if you guys have been keeping up on my videos, you would know that in November of last year, I actually camped out of Best Buy. One of my buddies that works at Best Buy told me that they were going to be dropping the Halo Edition Xbox Series X. And yes, I already had an Xbox Series X, but I really wanted to get that one. So, you know, I woke up nice and early. Woke up like at 3 in the morning, I think. Or I think I might have not slept, actually. I might have not even slept. But, you know, I went out to Best Buy. It was insanely cold, but I had all the proper gear I needed to have. And, you know, it was just freaking awesome being able to, like, just camp out with a bunch of dudes. And, you know, like, they were complete strangers. Like, I didn't know them. But we ended up, like, fraternizing, you know. I mean, we pretty much became friends in the 3 or 4 hours that we were there waiting until Best Buy opened. And, you know, it's times like those where, you know, I kind of do miss the past where, you know, we used to have the Call of Duty midnight releases, like all of that kind of stuff. It's still awesome that we get to do it every once in a while, but definitely it's not as often as it used to be, which is a shame. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not a fan of stores like GameStop in any way, shape, or form. There are people there that I do love, like they're just good people. And I really appreciate them, but at the same time I feel bad for them. I feel for them because of what their company makes them do. So in no way, shape, or form I am a fan of GameStop. I mean, I'll just give you one of their horrible business practices that they do, which is the fact that they get a shipment of games and they open up the last game, or they open up one of the games in order to basically have a display case. But they still sell that game to you as if it were brand new. All they do is put this really, really sticky sticker on it. I mean, who does that? This video might not be sponsored, but GameStop is definitely sponsored by Goo-Gone. I mean, they have to be. Either that or they just created the product. Because those stickers that they put that are supposed to be making games sealed are absolutely atrocious. And if you don't have this, you can't take it off. If you break the seal of the game, it's no longer brand new. I'm just gonna leave that there. And you know what? In all reality, if they want our money, if they want to earn our money, and if they want to have clients or customers come back and start spending money with them, then they need to make these big changes. Yeah, like everybody wants to blame the CEO, and in some ways I do blame the CEO, but it's not just them. They need to make these big changes. And you know what? While this stuff is happening, as far as these stores becoming worse and worse, we've also decided that we're just going to completely buy into the digital storefront. We're just going to do away with these person-to-person interactions, which are so important. And on top of that, these infrastructures that we're paying so much money into, we're essentially funding an infrastructure that isn't set up to give us the upper hand. I mean, you can't deny that. It's not including Steam, which, you know, they're obviously doing a good job. They're just not set up like that. And yes, I'm pretty sure you guys can see that I'm still salty about the whole 3DS and Wii U eShops closing. I'm not gonna deny that. It's obvious. But you know, you have to, at the same time, you have to understand my gripe when it comes to these things. It's, you know, these things are not set up to be, you know, they're not set up with longevity in mind, if that makes sense. They're kind of set up to just take your money now and get it over with. And yeah, you technically own these games, and for the most part, you can still go on these stores and download these games that you own. Like, you can go on the PSP store and still download your games and stuff like that. But what's gonna happen when that goes away? When you literally have no access at all to your digitally bought games? I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but you know, at this point, you know, you can't write anything off. So in conclusion, we as a community, we can choose to do something about it. We have the power to demand change. Sure, it might take years for us to actually get what we want, and honestly, we might not even get it at all, if we're being honest. But I do believe that this is definitely worth the fight. This is honestly why I collect games, retro and new. If I could turn the camera around, I would show you. All of the Switch games that I have, I got almost 100 games, honestly. This is why I do it. It's because I believe in preserving this history. I believe in preserving the memories and the heart that we've put into these games. These stories that are gonna live with us for the rest of our lives. Yeah, you might not own all these games, but you're probably never gonna forget the first time you played Super Mario Bros. 3, the first time you played Mega Man X, when you finally beat that boss in whatever game it is that you were playing. You're not gonna forget these things. And honestly, sometimes you want that stuff to carry on to the next generation. So that's why I do this. So let's stop bowing down to these companies and let's own the fact that we hold all the power. And we hold all the power because we speak with our wallets. Alright guys, I know this was a very different video, but I appreciate you guys watching to the end. Thank you so much for giving me the time of the day. And as always guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to share this video, and definitely do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more awesome content just like this. Peace. Peace.